Okay, good morning dear children. Welcome to our next session of English Literature Grade 10 class of St. Peter's College, Colombo for Negombo branch. Today we are going to learn about the novel. The novel that we are doing from the prescribed novels is Bringing Tony Home by Tissa Abeysekara. Bringing Tony Home by Tissa Abeysekara. This is the novel that we have got to do for our O-level purpose, and it's a very short novel, and it has only about 90 pages, and the novel is divided into three parts. The first part is the sunset, the second part is Tony, and the last part is the little train. And today we are going to learn the sunset part only, and you can read the sunset part, and also as I tell you always, the most important part is to learn about the writer Tissa Abeysekara. He is a Sri Lankan writer, Sri Lankan film producer, and very well known throughout the world. You have to find details about Tissa Abeysekara. Right, in the sunset part, I'll just go through all this, and I'll give you the summary of the story, and you have to read it and find out. Right, in the sunset part, we find that the narrator is coming out of the television training institute, and he is passing different roads. He passes on the Bauddha Lokomawata towards Independence Square, and all those details are given, and you find that there are certain parts are given in italics. In the parts that is given in italics is where you find that he is remembering, he reminisces his time that he spent with producing a film called, or a short, it's a short drama series, and the name is Pitagam Karyo. And in the drama, he thinks how the camera is getting ready with the camera. Then Gunapala is the main actor. He is appearing. This is the last scene of Pitagam Karyo, and it takes place on an empty paddy field after the paddy is harvested. And he thinks about that incident, and next after that he is passing the BMICH and the General Cemetery, and while all these things are happening, while he was driving, he thinks about the last scene of Pitagam Karyo, where the other character, other woman character, that is Pisinona, she appears on a car, white car, and the scene with Pisinona, and this is twilight, or the sun is just setting, and he is passing in his car, and he passes different places. This is somewhere in 1996, and he passes Sir Oliver Gunatilaka's statue and the Castle Street, and he is straightening or going towards Sri Jayawardhanapura. And while he is going, he was thinking about the last scene of Pitagam Karyo. Pitagam Karyo actually is something related to his life, because as a child, he and his parents will have they had to leave Depanama and come to Egodawatta, and when they came to Egodawatta, they were the Pitagam Karyo, or outsiders. That is the English subtitle, or English title is outsiders. So he is thinking about this shooting. He was thinking whether he was able to produce it perfectly, to the utmost perfection. And it's only 12-hour series now, not like today. Teledramas were half an hour, and the teledramas were telecast only once a week, right? If it is Tuesday, every Tuesday. If it is Wednesday, every Wednesday. Saturday, every Saturday. It was like that. And this man was thinking about this shooting, and the episode contained only 12 hours, maybe 24 episodes. So he was thinking about the handing over of the teledrama that he just produced to the client, and but he was thinking that is the most important thing, whether it was perfectly done, because the teledrama Pitakamkaru had got into his bloodstream, right? That which shows that it has become a part and parcel of him, because it describes about his childhood. Pittagam Carlo film describes about his childhood. Because of that, it had got into his bloodstream, and he was thinking over and over again, because there was a great relationship for this drama series to his life, right? When we come to page number 14, he says in the novel, growing up in Negudavatta, first as a lonely boy and then as a wayward teenager, I had watched fascinated the ocean sunset over Attiriya many a time. Now, almost 3 decades later, I had returned to capture it on film. So, which means after 3 decades or 30 years, he is coming back to this place to produce his childhood or reproduce his childhood. So, he thinks about the perfection of this drama series, and when they were shooting or when they were recording this last scene, there were about 30 people. It's quite a big number according to his descriptions here in the Sri Lankan film industry those days, not like today. It's quite different. So there he describes about by roads. Those days it was only a nearer, just enough for 2 people to pass. But now it has become quite a big, widened road where vehicles move. It's a shortcut for the vehicles to go to Colombo, and he wanted this road be closed to shoot this film. But he can't do it alone. He has to get permission from the municipal council plus the help of the police to do this. So he wanted this, and when the shooting finished, according to the last paragraph of page number 14, it was nearly 6:30, and they called it a day because they want to restart shooting next day morning, but it was in Padukka. And page number 15 says how all these people who were involved in this shooting were waiting very impatiently to go to Padukka, just like school kids at the eve of a difficult hill climb. So, if the students are waiting to climb, let's say, the Everest mountain tomorrow morning, and they will be so excited today. So, in the same way, these people, they were waiting to start a new venture tomorrow morning. So that is description is given, and again we are told about his feelings about the perfection, or whether it was completely and very well done production. So he was thinking, that is what we find. There are some quotations and paragraphs are important. We can quote them when we start school. And on the next page, we are told about the appearance or about the sound of the Kalni Valley train. The Kalni Valley train appears while they were shooting. Then we are told how the music is added to the drama Pittagam Karyo. So all those descriptions are coming here. And when the train came, this is when he was a child. He remembers that when the train came to the station, people were happily getting into it, and he remembers how he could see the Sri Pada, the holy peak, from above the tree level, so above the vegetation. He could see this beautiful holy peak Sripad he describes about it. And but at the end of page number 16, at the end of that first part, he describes how, because of some financial implosion or financial problem which he was as a child unable to understand, he says due to some problem connected to finance, they had to leave their home from one place in Devanama to another place, a small house, and from there he remembers how they had to move completely from Devanama village to another village called Ekudavatta. This is what you hear in this first part, and thank you for listening to me. You will have more ideas, we'll be discussing more about the first part of this novel when we resume school. Until such time, thanks for watching and may God bless you.